Funky.
Hey everybody, welcome back behind the bar with me this evening. Tonight we're checking out a new brewery for the channel. It's actually kind of a new brewery in general. They've only been open like 4 or 5 months, maybe a little longer than that, but pretty close to that. Coming out of technically Florissant, Missouri. Basically, it's just a little north of St. Louis. Narrow Gauge, Jeff brewing out of there. See if there's any good. Named after the Narrow Gauge Railroad, which was extended from St. Louis to Florissant. Narrow Gauge is a brewing company wanting to pay tribute to the history of the city that we are proud to call home. If you haven't heard of them, Narrow Gauge is brewing up New England style IPAs. I've had a couple of their beers. I've had Hoppy Meal and Fallen Flag. Both were really, really good, and I was impressed. So I figured this one is called OJ Run. This is their newest double IPA, clocking in, I believe, at 8.6% ABV. This was put into Growler on September 14th. Today is, I don't even know, 17th maybe? I actually don't know what the date today is. It's just been in Growlers a couple days, and this one comes courtesy of my friends John and Felicia. Thank you very much for picking me up a couple Growlers of this. I really wanted to try it, and I've heard really good things. So yeah, let's get into a glass, see what we think, guys. Comes in, I mean, it looks like orange juice, guys. I mean, it really does. Kind of that orangey pineapple juice. Not a ton of carbonation. Up front, I will say I've had issue with the carbonation in their beer every time I've ever had it. I've only ever had it out of a growler, and in fairness, I believe it's Jeff through Untapped has reached out to me and asked me a couple questions, and they had old screw top growlers, and they just switched to the flip top. They're actually going to be going to crowlers soon. And he kind of blamed it on that, but I'm having the same issue here. I've heard that the carbonation is way better if you get it on tap at the tap room, which is fine. But anyways, coming in, not a ton of carbonation, getting some good glass lacing already though. Like I said, I believe this is 8.6%. I know nothing about the hops or anything like that, but like I said, it's coming in it is that New England haze, guys. This reminds me of kind of Lights On or Congress Street a little bit. But yeah, looks really great in the glass. Let's dive in and see what it smells like. Yeah, this is really big and juicy, guys. I'm getting a ton of orange, a ton of tangerine, big amounts of pineapple, peaches, apricots for sure, a lot of stone fruit. I'm getting a little bit of the maltiness, a little bit of that biscuity, crackery note, like those unsalted saltines. And just like, it's like a nice candy, juicy aroma. It's like a nice candy aroma. It's like overly sweet. Like sugar-coated, like dried fruits, like sugary, like dried mangoes and dried peaches and the like. Even a little bit of that Jolly Rancher, like tangerine note. Great nose though, guys. It's not like exploding out of the glass, but it's definitely juicy smelling. Definitely a big smelling beer. Smells awesome. Smells like the New England style. Let's dive in, see what they're doing down near St. Louis, and see if it's worthy of, being in that conversation. So, cheers, guys. Thanks, John and Felicia. Really good. This reminds me of something I've had. First off, really sweet beer. Candy sweetness, candied oranges, candied peaches, like that tangerine, almost like just like big overripe fruit. A little bit of maltiness there for the 8.6%. It hides the booze really well, and there's a little smidge on the back end, but it's not real noticeable. Even a little bit of tropical fruit. I'm getting that pineapple for sure. A little bit of pininess, a little bit of dankness. It's not an overly bitter beer. There is some bitterness mid-palate. Finish is pretty dry though. Just kind of leaves a little bit of like a resinous kind of dankness on your tongue at the end, almost like an earthy grassiness, and it goes away. It's really solid though, guys. Good medium mouthfeel. It definitely doesn't have that creaminess of some of the New England style, like of the ones from the New England area. You know, the big boys that I talk about all the time. I will say the one thing on this beer, and I think it would add to that creaminess, is because even when I swirl it around a little bit and get the carbonation built up a little bit more, it gets a little bit more of that creamy velvetiness, and I'm actually, when I do that, picking up on a little bit of like almost like that bubblegum yeast quality that I get in some Treehouse and Trillium beers. That's definitely present in this. This is a really sweet beer, though. I mean, like fruit sweetness. It's like candied like oranges, biting into it with a little bit of that rind or like the fleshy part of an orange, just kind of like that, whatever you would call that membrane that runs through an orange. That with a little bit of maltiness, like sweet, like honey malt on the end. Excuse me. But really, really, really solid beer. I'm trying to think what I'd rate this. To be honest with you, after everything I've heard about this beer, I actually was going to do a blind battle beers with this and Julius, but I didn't think that was fair because this is a double IPA, and that's a single IPA, and I don't have any King Julius left because I drank them all because they're friggin' delicious. And I thought I would try and do them blind. It would have been kind of unfair. Just because, like, you know, this brewery is just getting into it, and they're crushing it. I mean, in the Midwest around here, this and I would say Rough Tail are the two best that I can get. Everything Rhymed with Orange, that newest batch is friggin' fire. And this is really good, too. I mean, for a double IPA, this reminds me a lot of some of the Aslan beers that I've had. I don't think this is quite world class yet, but he's getting really, really close. I mean, I'm right there, like 95, 96. I'm probably going to peg this right at a 96. It's really, really good. Like I said, everything that I've said, good mouthfeel, great carbonation, just a really, really well-made beer. Like I said, I said good carbonation. It needs a little bit more, in my opinion. I know that I bring up carbonation a lot, but to me it's really important with these types of beers. But yeah, this is really, really good, guys. I mean, if you're in the St. Louis area and you're craving a New England style IPA, there is no better around. There's just not. So I can't wait to see what Jeff and gang at Narrow Gauge is going to continue to be putting out. Go there. The food at the restaurant that's attached to it is supposed to be incredible. I've never actually been there. And the beer's awesome, guys. So go get growlers of it. And I know that they're going to be switching to crowlers in the future. So I can't wait to see what they keep doing, guys. We're going to give this a 96 out of 100 here behind the bar. Check them out. Narrow Gauge. Keep an eye out. They're going to be on the map sooner than later. And you heard it here first, guys. So thanks for coming behind the bar. Thanks for watching. And yeah, thanks for the likes, subscribes, and comments. Until next time. Cheers.